Hey girls, hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today I'd like to talk with you a little bit about weight loss during menopause. Now a lot of you told me through the Facebook group Thriving Throughout the Menopause Years and Beyond that weight loss was a big concern for you. And I get it completely. It's a big concern for me as well. It feels like almost overnight I put on about 10 pounds. This was maybe about a year ago when I was sort of midway between 6 months without having my period. All of a sudden I just started putting on the pounds. I had no idea where it came from. Nothing had changed in my life. I was still doing the same exercise, still eating the same, yet I was gaining weight and I was getting this spare tire around my middle. That was really shocking. I knew that this happened to people during menopause, but I don't know, I guess I was kind of surprised it was happening to me. And as much as I try to tell people to, love your body, body positivity and having a good image of yourself, I was not having a good image of my body at that time. I was really actually sad and depressed, and it was just life-changing. Really, it was like my body was morphing and I had no control over it. So and I thought, this is just the way it's going to be. This is menopause and I'm in my 50s and this is what happens to women. So but anyhow, I don't accept that completely. Yes, our body is changing. Our levels of estrogen and progesterone start decreasing during perimenopause, which for most women is in their 40s, and they just keep going down from there. And when we're in menopause, they're very low, and what happens is our body wants the fat that it gets from the estrogen, which we no longer have, so the body makes up for it and it starts putting fat on us to survive. And also, because our estrogen is decreasing, so is our muscle mass. So all these things combined, plus the stress of menopause itself on our body, just can change our metabolism levels. So our cortisol levels are going up because our body's under stress. So it's why it's so important to take care of ourselves, which is a video for another day. But we have all this stress going on in our body and in our lives, most likely too, with our families, our kids, our careers. So we've got all these stressors coming at us, and our estrogen's going down, our fat's going up, our metabolism is slowing. So all this is kind of a recipe for a disaster with as far as our weight gain goes. But today I want to just share with you a little tip that I have to address this. So, there's many things we can do to get our weight loss in check during menopause, but one thing that I think is really cool is there's something called N.E.A.T, and that stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So basically, N.E.A.T is the number of calories that your body is burning during the day, irregardless of any exercise. So these are just from your normal activities, how much you're burning. And this is something that you have a lot of control over. So I know a lot of us maybe have jobs where we're sitting down a lot and we don't have as much activity as maybe we used to when we were younger. This is just kind of the nature of growing older. We tend to be a little less active, but there are things we can do to increase this, and they're simple things. There's things like, if you are a sedentary worker, you can get an under-desk elliptical. You can get a standing desk with a treadmill that you can walk on while you're working. You can just park your car further away when you're running errands. Park in a far parking spot and walk a little further to the store. Take stairs instead of the escalators or an elevator. You can just run around the yard. If you have small kids or maybe you have grandkids, you can run around the yard with them and just play and just burn off some calories. All these calories, they add up, and when we are moving, we're burning them. So the more movement we get in, the more we can burn those calories. And this isn't movement that's related to exercise. That's a whole different animal. So I'm not even talking about getting to the gym or doing any sort of exercise. These are just the little things you do every day when you're moving around. It's even fidgeting. Fidgeting burns calories too. So, and even doing things like stretching and yoga. all of them add up throughout the day, which increases our non-exercise activity, thermogenesis, which helps us burn the calories, which helps us keep our weight down. So I hope you give it a try. I think it's pretty cool that it's just something you can do today, now. You don't need anything special to do it. It's free. It's kind of a no-brainer, just bringing in more activity. So, do some chores around your house, things that maybe you have delegated to somebody else to do, whether it's a cleaning person or a yard person. Go outside and do that for yourself if you have the time. And our grandparents didn't go to a gym, and for the most part, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, they weren't heavy. They weren't putting on the weight like we do just because of our sedentary lifestyle. So you don't have to go to the gym to burn off these calories. You can do it through increasing your activity. So go ahead, give it a try. I'm curious to hear what some of you do to increase your activity level, and you can tell me in the comments below, and I'd love to hear it. Share your information with everyone on the Facebook group, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.